live.
And we're back. I am the Great Went, joined by T in a pre-recorded live. The first.
I was going to say, we're speaking to you from the past.
Yes. T had some things to do tonight. We did not want to do the shows, so here we are. T, if you notice in the intro, the black shirt I have on in the one scene where I give the finger is the music shirt that we talked about that says music period. Volume wants to do a shirt with us, everyone. So that's we've been thinking a lot about what to do. We want to do a shirt that just says music period on the front, and then it has Wook Plus and Volume on the back. So we'll see.
We'll see. I like it.
Big show. We did a PHiSH rumors video earlier today. Our past selves did that. And we're here in the Sphere or some other stuff. We talked through. It's way early. They're talking about next fall and Halloween and next summer. So, but
it's a little ways off. I mean, we still got to get through Trey's tour, then New Year's, then Mexico. Right. So there's fish on the horizon.
Something to keep in mind, though, if they do 9 shows next year at MSG, they'll be at 100.
Right. That's a lot, though. I mean,
they'll do 4 for New Year's.
Right.
So is the 5. Thing that they end up their 100th show is the 2027 first night of the New Year run? You would think that they would somehow try to make it so it fell on a big,
Right.
Maybe the 100th show should be the first next year in 2027, January 1st, 2027. They could do a 5-show run for New Year's. And then the 100th
you can't do a New Year's Day night show. Like, you kidding? That you do a 3-setter on New Year's Eve and they don't even get out of there till 2, 3 in the morning and then turn around.
We'll see you in 5 hours, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we'll be back in a few hours. Don't even bother leaving.
One of the big things that we touched on was Colorado and the future of Colorado. We're hearing Halloween maybe, but we're also hearing 4th of July again is going to be Boulder.
Yeah, we've heard that going around a little bit. It would be nice to know that sooner if 4th of July is going to start being their thing. It's too bad they can't, like how Dick's, you just, every year you were like, okay, that's my Labor Day. I know what to do. This year, if you're going to do that again, you should let people know earlier than like last year where people make plans for the 4th. Like we said, High Sierra is the 4th of July weekend that a lot of people go to that would go to PHiSH. Like Benji last year didn't go to Boulder because he went to High Sierra and goes there every year. So it's one of those where planning wise, it would be nice. Or if it's going to happen for the next few years, if they did sign a 3-year contract or a 4-year contract or whatever, to know that. So, okay, 4th of July, I got to be in Boulder for the next few years. Done.
Right. We're going to talk about High Sierra in a bit. If you peek ahead at the set list.
Yeah, exactly. If you look ahead, but it's one of those things, man. Like, unless, if Dick's really wanted them out of there, which I think it's more the community that got built up around there possibly and doesn't like that whole influence for 4 days now that invades their territory, right. Which sucks because
it was there first.
Yeah, we were there before the neighborhood and the high school and all that crap that got built out there.
Just us and the prairie dogs.
That's right. That then got the plague. But I don't know. I guess all things must change and we must move forward.
Right. I think it was a perfect way out. They didn't do it last year. They set up this tour that was the non-Live Nation. They filled in possibly for the Dead 60. I've never heard anybody confirm that. You know what I'm saying? But
it was, though. I mean, we know it was.
Yeah.
It definitely.
But maybe that was the way out, because if you remember a few years back when they got out of the 10-year contract, I said, they're going to go year to year now, and I bet they stopped playing Dicks, and everyone laughed at me and was like, what are you talking about?
Kev, you also said PHiSH was going to break up like 3 times over the last 5 years, and that hasn't happened. So let's just cool your jets with what you're right about and what you say.
I
Dicks.
only want to talk about what I'm right about.
Right, of course.
But I think it was an easy way for PHiSH to walk away and for them to deal with, like you said, the community and the larger problems that it faces. Now, you had said something interesting on the rumor video. What you think the future may hold
with what
in Colorado and PHiSH playing?
Yeah, I think I mean I would love the dream scenario, I guess, which obviously means it'll probably never happen, but they are building a new women's soccer stadium actually closer to Denver, where Dick's is kind of out in Commerce City. It's more not directly downtown, but near downtown, and it's going to be obviously state of the art, brand new. It's smaller because it's a women's soccer stadium, so it's not like Folsom or Invesco or whatever Mile High is called these days. I don't even know. But yeah, it's not. It wouldn't be that big, but it would be state of the art. It'd be brand new, and it would be their size. It would be better than having to play Folsom for 3 nights in not half empty, but a giant stadium type venue.
But Trey, I think, really liked going back to Boulder. Reminded him of his Ute.
And early PHiSH days there, and playing the Fox and playing those other venues, and it's just so funny though, because we have so many rumors flying around about these things, about like, okay, Sphere in April, and then a possible 4th of July in Boulder, but then also a possible Halloween in Denver, but then also a possible Halloween in Vegas. And if they're playing the Sphere in April, they're not playing Vegas in October for Halloween, and they're not, as you said in the rumor thing, they're not playing the MGM anymore either in that arena, because it's awful. Right. And the last time they played there was awful. Right. So
another interesting thing, somebody that I've seen going around is that the band is actually recording stuff for the Sphere intro and outro videos while we're sitting here talking
in the barn today. Apparently,
the barn at this moment. They are actively filming intros and out, which would be great. Don't you miss the summer tour videos with like Fishman did the jump truck in the bridge and all? I mean,
very much. I miss those, and I miss announcements being fun like that. I miss tour announcement excitement, and instead of just dropping a bunch of dates and being like, here you go, like you like there to be something around the post and something around like the news and the excitement and all of that, because the next thing that comes after the tour announcement is getting tickets, and that's always everyone's anxiety monster, biggest pain in the ass part of the whole situation. And so to at least have some fun with the announcement before you have to get into the hell of getting the tickets would be nice, and add a little bit of levity and fun back into the game. So
I hear you. All right, let's talk a little bit about something that happened last weekend. Was it last weekend too? Yeah, last weekend. CBGB Festival was under the K Bridge in Brooklyn. It was a 1-day event, 3 stages. You shared a link from, I guess it was Rolling Stone, that was a picture gallery. What did you make of it? I mean, wow.
Wow. So cool. Yeah, a lot of really cool pictures from there too. I was gonna actually see if I could bring it up, because there's a cool we're in that one. I'll bring it over here. Can I bring it over here? There we go. Look, there's the bar. Right. The original CGGB bar was on display. How cool is that? I think that's so cool.
The stage, right? I think the stage was there also. The awning.
A bunch of bands, and they just had a bunch of
that is so crazy. Now, let's talk a little bit about some of these bands. The Damned. I don't think the Damned were really relevant after their first album, but they were there. But Iggy was there, who is a godfather. Johnny Marr. I mean, are the Smiths punk rock? Maybe not. Post punk,
Yeah.
But then you had all these younger bands.
Yeah. Like a 2-piece punk band. This is right up your alley, Kev.
I know. That's all you need, man.
It's so great.
There's Dave Lane and Rat Scabies with Johnny Marr. Now there's a picture for you. I mean, 3 of the people in the Damned Dave and Rat Scabies and Captain Sensible are from the original band, which really blows my mind. I mean, the one guy died earlier this year.
Yeah.
And I think they were a 4-piece in the beginning. So the Lindas, fantastic band.
I love that they had the young punk stage. I think that's so cool.
But okay, so they had the young punk stage, but it was by Ed Hardy. I mean, and I heard a lot of grumbling one line about, oh, you have sponsors, but I tell you what, the guy who ran CBGB's was all about trying to make as much money as he could, and he just was not good at it. He was a horrible businessman.
Exactly, and that's the whole. Look at Iggy, man. I mean, look at dude. Does that guy not have like the best?
He's leather, man. You see the up close pictures of him. He looks like he's been made into a piece of beef jerky.
He looks well. I mean, it's hard sometimes to tell the difference between him and some of the bums I see on the underpasses over here occasionally, but he has the best 6-pack like I don't know how that guy has stayed in that good of shape. I mean, like he has had the cocaine body, the heroin body his entire life. It's amazing. Like it's amazing. We all go through middle age when we get the bellies and a little bit of extra. He never had that. There's another one of those. Look at this guy.
Passenger from his solo stuff. He did TVI. He did Raw Power. He did I Want to Be Your Dog. You can find some of it on the YouTube there. Also, Marky Ramone was there. Cro-Mags, Murphy's Law. I mean,
yep.
There's Captain Sensible.
Yep. There's Johnny. Like it was it was so cool. Like really cool. Like it was such a fun little a fun thing to go through there. I got to bring the set list back up. My bad. Went the wrong one. There it is. Oh, wait. There it is. Boom.
There it is.
There it is. See that? Look at these producing chops we got now. Right. Cool festival though. Fun little thing. Awesome to put that
the other thing, I think they have work to do. I think that there is a market for this and it's something that can be bigger, but heard there was only 4 food trucks, 2 stands for all these people. So there were lots of long lines. The water hydration setup was not done correctly. They needed to call PHiSH up.
Is it ever?
Well, no, PHiSH does a pretty good job.
Occasionally. It's still like never enough. I'm gonna bring up. I'm gonna bring up this one picture though, because you mentioned it, and I'm gonna see if this works real quick. Let's see if I can. How do I pull this off? Hang on. I'm gonna pull that off. I'm gonna bring this back up, and I'm gonna move us over because you have to see Iggy.
Right. He just is all that.
80, dude. He's almost 80 though.
A treasure. He's almost 80. A treasure. I mean, he was the blueprint for Sex Pistols were there. He was the blueprint for a Johnny Rotten and all these other guys. You know, Sid Baders from the Dead Boys was totally copped this whole gig there. I tell you what, you should check out the Sex Pistols. You know how I make fun of them. I say they were a boy band created to sell fetish wear and all that. Without Johnny Rotten with them touring, it's the actual musicians from the band are all back together, and they sound better than ever.
Crap.
Disable your ad blocker.
Ad blockers. It's so funny though. Like 78 years old, Kev is what he is. Like 78 right now. He's 2 years away from being 80, and he's up there bringing it. I mean, that energy that he performed with, it's crazy. Like I don't want to compare and bring anybody down, but my dad just passed away in February at 79, and he was in nowhere near like that. Like he couldn't remember anything. Iggy's still up there remembering lyrics, running around, jamming his ass off. More power to him. Like I love that shit. I love it. That's
exactly.
awesome.
Exactly.
Find me when I'm 78 and see if I'm doing that. I hope I am, but actually I hope I'm laying on a beach somewhere just earning 20%.
There we go. Yeah. Let's get to the future. High Sierra, we talked about. We've talked about their problems. You know, maybe the names aren't there anymore. They almost didn't happen this year, kind of thing. So they're making some changes after what, 25 years?
Is that what it's been there? I read it. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, it's close to that. It's been a long time that they've been there. And you know, you read what came out from it too, and it just wasn't sustainable anymore. Like they had done everything they could to try to keep it where it was and keep the infrastructure and everything, but it wasn't happening. So This is kind of like they said, it's kind of nice because it's a little closer to the bay now. So a lot of the people that go to it obviously are from NorCal and up that way. So
Right.
this might be a little bit more convenient for them. There's better built-in infrastructure around it with hotels.
1,000 hotel rooms
Right.
are
Hotels
around
around,
there. Right.
which
RV
is
park, Airbnbs.
right. Much more infrastructure around it for staying and accommodations and things like that. So I think it's a great move. I'm really glad because when we talked about the festival this year, it did seem like it was touch and go whether or not it was going to happen.
Last
First of
legs,
all,
right.
and
They
then it
ran
did
out of rope.
happen.
What's the quote from Dave Margalis, the guy who runs it? He said they ran out of rope. So Grass Valley is, like you said, more accessible. It's
Yes.
like 2.5 hours from San Francisco, 90 minutes from Reno, an hour from Sacramento. I mean, it's so hopefully this doesn't, but I really think that they need to get couple bigger names
Yeah.
somehow. I mean, you have to drag somebody, and if PHiSH does Boulder again, you take so many people. PHiSH sucks all the oxygen out of the room for everything else going on around it.
Well, and it's funny you say that because it's very true. Like we really, I mean, I had heard it before, but didn't really understand the magnitude of it. But Dave Matthews plays every Labor Day weekend at the Gorge. And that's been going on for 20 years or something now, too. And you never really hear about it because PHiSH owns Labor Day weekend at Dick's for so long that you were just
Right.
like, oh, yeah, PHiSH Dick's always.
Right.
So it's kind of, it is that they do kind of suck the air out of things and pull that crowd. So if they are doing the 4th of July show at Boulder, it kind of hurts, I feel like, High Sierra, which has been established forever. And now you're coming in and sort of like, oh,
well, they are way ahead of the game. Tickets are on sale now. They have VIP hotel packages with shuttle service, which is what I'd have to go. See, that's my thing. If I'm going to go to these things after Mondegreen, I had a great time hanging out with you guys, sleeping on rocks, the whole 9 yards. But I really need to go back to a hotel room and lay down in a bed. I need to be able to take a shower. I need to be able to get the continental breakfast or whatever they got going on for free.
Yep. I mean, I prefer. Yeah,
my young person game.
I prefer like after Dick's every year, we used to go to Vail and spend a couple days in Vail and get like massages and the oxygen bar and really like let the body heal for a couple days. It's so necessary after like a 4-night run, even a 3-night, 2-night run. But I agree with you. If you're going to the festival, I think it'd be great to be able to go back to your hotel, grab food, room service late night, maybe even get up in the morning and get a spa treatment or sit in the hot tub, get in the pool, enjoy it. So you're not like so beat up from camping or being in the RV and doing 3 nights, 3 days.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. It's a little bit more, I don't want to say glamping because it's even more than glamping. It's not even being out. It's more like just 5-starring myself for a festival, these days.
Well, I tell you what, I say overall smart move. Maybe even a necessary move to ensure it going into the future. So,
well, we talk too, Kev, all the time with the festival things that we do all the time about the ones that aren't making it anymore. And the bigger ones are having the biggest problems, right? Like the little ones seem to be doing okay because they stay in their lane and their groove and know what they're about and have their places kind of set up and their infrastructure and their attendance kind of dialed in because everybody knows I'm going to this every year. The bigger ones, it's harder because as we keep saying with every guest we have on and you and I talk about, you're kind of choosing one festival or one big concert a year now, and you aren't able to do a sphere run, a Bonnaroo, a lightning in the, you know what I mean? You're not doing 2 or 3 festivals and a tour or some shows or whatever. You've kind of really narrowed it down. So to build your festival out and be like, this is what we're foreseeing for the next 5-10 years is being able to do this. I think that's really smart planning and being able to plan on knowing that that's coming and that's going to happen for you. And it's not just like, oh crap, we got to shut it down because no one's coming this year, or like the place we use got flooded, or like the place we use is raising its rent and we can no longer afford to be there. So good on them for doing that.
Good on them. All right. So you know what? One of our favorite guitarists, John Mayer, is just out there making waves, doing things crazy. And why don't you start it off? Because I didn't even realize this concert happened, and it looked like, wow, unbelievable. I mean, how did this,
I didn't either until it happened. Like, I had no idea it was happening, and I'm not a big Zach Bryan
that
fan.
guy, is he that big?
So that's what's funny to me. It's a crazy. People do love him. Like, he's got a big crossover section of people. He's got a big, like, I know people that are big Bruce Springsteen fans and they love Zach Bryan. So, like, there's this big sort of, I don't know, crossover in that.
And he has a big tent.
But yes, that's a great way to put it. A huge tent, so to speak. But he played in Ann Arbor at Michigan Stadium, the big house, the huge Michigan, you know how big that place is and whatnot. And he called it the best night of his life. And I mean, it was packed. It's supposed to be, I think it's what they're saying is it's the largest US concert attendance ever. It broke the attendance
beat
record.
English Town and whatever else happened before. And
Mayer ties into it because he came out and played with him, and they did a few songs together and did a whole thing together. But yeah, it's like, again,
John Mayer coming out is what set the attendance over, right?
Yeah, it's so crazy that Mayer is just like in these like little things that you're just like, what? Like, he did what now? So he played for a crowd of 112,408, which beat the previous record of 110,905 in 2024. So the largest concert of all time, by the way, is still held by Rod Stewart, who did a New Year's performance on the Copacabana beach in Rio de Janeiro in 1994. And that crowd was 3.5 million people.
Wow. Wow. I know Taylor Swift had a huge one down there too.
He did. She did. I mean, when you play on the beach, though, that's kind of cheating, right? Because there's no seats and there's not like it just go like, it's just, it
goes on forever.
Right, however many people can. And when you're the 3 millionth person in that crowd, you're a long way away from the stage, right? Like, you are not, that's far. It's not like being 100,000, 110,000 in a stadium that's packed and you're getting all that vibe and all that music and all of that through you. So it's pretty crazy though, because the stadium holds 107,000. So they had to get another 4,000 people in there. Right. Well, 5,000 people in there to break that record. So
it holds 107 with a football game.
Right. So like, you're talking
the whole field. You have the whole field, right?
On the field.
That's no problem.
Yeah.
That's no problem.
Yeah. Right. So, I mean, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, Mayer came out and the Warren Treaty came out. Mayer put a bunch of posted pictures on Instagram, and he also said, this weekend I took part in the largest ticketed event in U.S. concert history thanks to Zach Bryan. He set a new attendance record at Michigan Stadium. What he's accomplished is truly phenomenal, and to share the bill with him was a real honor. And then Bryan commented back saying, couldn't have done it without you, John. We love you. So very interesting that John's just in everything, and then he's also doing that concert in the desert in Vegas with like Calvin Harris and like, he's just so random. And then what we want to talk about is he's doing a Far East tour coming up too. So John's not sitting pat. He's got other things going on. It's good to see.
Yep. Don't move. Yeah. So 5 shows, 4 shows. No. What is it? 3 shows. He's doing 3 shows.
3 shows. So he's actually
Bahrain.
He's in Santa Barbara this weekend at a festival, and then he's got the Rides Festival in Vegas also this weekend. And then in January, he's doing Bahrain, Mumbai, and Abu Dhabi.
And Abu Dhabi as part of the United Arab Emirates Sadat Night Series. So October 2nd, they go on sale. These are debuts in all these countries for him, the foreign countries, not the other countries, not here. It's a solo tour at these locations. So that way he doesn't have to pay the trio, or if he wanted to have a bigger band. The venue choices, I mean, the one in Mumbai is open air venue, so that might be a really huge audience. The Sadat Night series, I think, is in a theater. So he's playing one huge place in India, but India has what, 5 billion people or something. So
yeah, and I bet that place in Abu Dhabi is going to be pretty sweet though. This Sadat Nights amphitheater. I bet that place is pretty dope, and I bet he's getting a pretty penny for performing there. And I bet it's going to be a pretty cool little show and tour.
Right. So yeah, there you go.
I like how you made it the John Mayer watch, because we all know about John's watches too.
Yes,
and his watch
exactly.
that he loves to wear on his arm. So that was very clever, very tongue in cheek there, Kev.
So you have a couple things that you want to talk about. Let's move our thing over to the jam band watch, and we'll take that as halftime, right?
Right. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Do a little house cleaning.
Make sure that can I get that QR code? Make sure that you go right up here.
Wait. Where is it?
It's right up there.
Where is it? There it is.
Right there. You click that, you go to volume. You want to come hang out with us on volume. You can get you can watch anything you want on volume for free, pretty much. But the all access stuff is $3 a month. It's how we keep the doors open. It's how we keep the lights on. And if you go over there, we'll give you a free month with the code Moon Cabin. And
Moon Cabin free month.
That out.
And
there
guys,
it is. Moon
we got
Cabin.
things coming, guys. I mean, I know you can complain about, oh man, another app, another website, another thing. Is it going to last? Is it going to fail? We got things coming up with them, especially it's going to start hopefully in December with a festival, and then hopefully carry on through into next year with a bunch of stuff that we got coming with them.
We need to work on that video. November 1st will be Wook Plus's first ever live event in person, and it's going to be me and Mike Ayers talking about his book Sharon in the Groove. And then after that, hopefully December, hopefully next year, we have our sights set on all the big things. We figure T and I decided we're old, and at this point we can just go for it.
Yep. So we're going to probably be hitting the road also a lot next year, Kev and I, and doing the festivals that we've talked about this year, and actually attending a bunch next year, and doing a lot of cool band interviews and hangouts, and really
speaking of interviews,
game.
Who do we have? You got an interview coming up. What, tomorrow? Is that going to be out tomorrow?
Tomorrow it comes out. That's right. Yeah. With our good friend, Andy Logan from Grateful Guitars.
Great guy.
Great guy. Great interview. Honestly, guys, like we say it all the time because we have some amazing interviews and amazing people that come on our channel. But we talked to Andy, and it's funny because the people that we talk Grateful Dead stuff with are the ones that Kev and I, it just goes. Like we could go hours and hours. Brian Anderson, we could talk to that guy for days, honestly. It's amazing. And Andy Logan was no different. We cleared an hour and 45 minutes, almost 2 hours with this guy without even batting an eye. It was so much fun. He's got incredible stories. He's got incredible knowledge, and he's got incredible instruments, obviously. It's truly a pleasure to talk to him, and he will be back. But this interview is something special to check out, and it'll get posted tomorrow, Thursday, the 2nd, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So very good stuff. But guys, honestly, we got a lot coming, and yeah, next year is going to be a lot of fun on the Wook channel, on the volume thing. So get in early, get in now, and you guys will all get rewarded for it.
One of the things you catch on volume that you don't catch on YouTube is Wook Club. Last night, speaking of Brian Anderson, Loud and Clear is the book about the Wall of Sound. He came on and we talked 10/31/91 in our Halloween month of Wook Clubs. In 2 weeks from yesterday, we're going to do a PHiSH show, Halloween show. Which one was that?
11/2/98.
Best Halloween show PHiSH ever played. And then at the end of the month, the Tuesday before Halloween, we're going to do the Dead's 10/31/80, which is a 3-set affair with an acoustic set. We figured it was time to give that the nod it needed. It was a really important Grateful Dead run with Brent being new to the band, and the fact they did the acoustic songs. Bird Song came back, which became such a staple through the 80s and the end of the band.
Yep. I love that you chose for the Halloween show to do the 11/2 show. It's such a great backstory, and we'll have fun talking about
It's a fishy thing to do.
And we'll have fun talking about what happened that led to that, why that show became what it became, and what happened in Vegas the night before that, which I was actually at for the Halloween show in Vegas for the Loaded show. Absolutely spectacular Halloween show from top to bottom, and then the madness that happened in the third set and what led to this amazing night in Utah of all places. So it'll be a lot of fun to go through and talk about. And that show is awesome, by the way, like awesome. I can't even imagine being in that venue when they dropped into that and you're like, wait, what's happening?
Right.
What's going on here? Like, wow. Wow.
All right, let's do some roundup stuff. Eggy out there with Bruce Hornsby, man. And I guess it's Hornsby solo, right? And the first 4 songs of Hornsby set, this is Bearsville is the set list I have in front of me, is they did 4 tunes of Hornsby's. Resting Place, Stander on the Mountain, Lying in the Dust, My Resolve, and with Eggy sitting in with him. Then he did a few solo numbers. Then Eggy came out and they closed the set with Funhouse. He came out and did a solo encore. So I thought it was Bruce Hornsby and the Noisemakers, but I feel like this is where I have Bruce Hornsby and Eggy is playing with him. They do an opening set. He comes out with them. So it almost reminds me of a Dylan Dead situation. You know what I'm saying?
Very much. It's a lot like that.
I'm a dumbass for not going tomorrow night.
It's really cool though that it's Bruce Hornsby, because it's not really somebody that a lot of people, I think, I mean, he's sort of that other tier or that next to tier of that, because he's not really a jam artist. He's not really in that,
even though he's so associated with it. He wrote so many good songs. He was a pop artist who wrote solid 80s songs. Mandolin Rain and all that, 90s songs. He was a great white person in your backyard having a barbecue pop artist. He was right there.
Completely, and had sort of that older vibe to it. But
it was slick enough. Everyone's hair was cut right. Everyone had a nice shirt. It was,
and for whatever reason, it fit with the Dead so well. Like it just
he was a fan. If you've heard Hornsby talk about his brother was a Deadhead and dragged him into it early in his life.
It always cracked me up though that like he you know what I mean, like, because I was a Hornsby fan, because like you said, like I liked those songs in his album and it was such a thing, and then when he joined the Dead, you're like, wait, Bruce Hornsby's with the Dead? Like, this is fantastic. Like, what? It's
all right. He had been out with them playing accordion, and it was always kind of a little chuckle, elbow your buddy. Yeah, Hornsby's out there on the squawk box.
Right, kind of doing that, and you're like, oh. But then when he actually sat down and did things, what you were like,
when they brought the grand piano last night, which one was that? The Let It Grow, with Vince and Hornsby playing off each other, it worked. It really worked.
It did work. It worked really well. Yeah, I agree. And so to see Eggy sort of
the mutual respect. There's this, like you said, Hornsby's another place from Eggy, and it seems like he's like, I'm going to come out with you. I'm bringing you out. It's a mutual thing, and
I think I think it really works that reverse way too, that like you're going Hornsby fans that are going to a Hornsby show to then see Eggy is a real treat, because that's a real like, oh, I would have never discovered this band had it not been for Hornsby. Whereas I think the flip side of that, where Eggy playing a show with Hornsby, it's not as big because you're like, oh yeah, Bruce, like we all know Bruce from the Dead and things like that. But the flip side, his crowd, it's kind of like the Mayor thing.
When Eggy isn't paying either, like other bands have.
Right. But it cracks me up because it's the opposite of the Mayor thing, right? Where like all those kids would go see Mayor and he's playing Dead songs or whatever, or they go to the Dead show to see Mayor and they're like, wait, what's happening?
What happened?
This isn't My Body is a Wonderland. Like, I don't get it. So it's cool to see that Bruce is doing that and like flipping that kind of around, and like hopefully this really helps them. Like hopefully this gets them an even wider fan base, an even wider range of people.
They very interesting. Aggies Path. They've been playing a lot of
Yeah,
like weird little festivals and things.
I
Whoever
was
their
going to say
manager
that.
is, is
Yeah,
mapping something interesting out for them. And I think that this is a real feather in the cap of whoever they're working with, that they got this tour on the books.
it amazes me that their path to that, because it's like small venues, how we always talk about bands that play the small venues, but then also collaborating with other bands, and like their minor bills that they've played on or been under have been so cool. Like they've had such a good pace to that, and then even their solo, when they've toured by themselves or had bands underneath them, those shows have been so good and sold out and stuff. So like they've really done a good job of building that fan base and growing, which the only other thing I ever compared to was like Goose, because Goose did such a monumental job over COVID and even till today with the way that they market
Them
themselves.
and Billy, it's still a toss up in my mind who owned it better, but I think Goose did, because Goose is a jam band. Billy Strings has a much wider appeal to the traditional bluegrass people, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like what Goose has continued to do still with like going on Barstool, and say what you want about Barstool, they suck, but them going on there puts them out into a wider audience. Them
And the
going
TV show, what was the TV show that you liked?
Oh yeah, doing the tire show with what's his name? Yeah, with Jen Gillis or whatever. It was so funny that Rick showed up on that. So like they definitely have found their calling of like getting into more of culture and getting into people's, thing. And I will say, you keep seeing people that go and check them out for the first time and get hooked. So good for them. Stop posting your terrible videos of the lights and then playing live, because it just does not translate on a small screen on your phone to watch these things. You're not bringing anybody in by doing that. But good for Goose for blowing up like that, and good for Aggie for doing it their way, for doing it this different way and showing that there is another way to do it, and watching them grow has been really fascinating to see as well. So very cool.
Yep. You see I got a chalkboard back there?
I do. I was actually getting distracted by that, because I was like, play like something, and then I couldn't tell if you were drawing.
Champion. I used to have it on the wall when the kids were little, and I'd be write stuff like "play like a champion" today or something.
And then I couldn't figure out if you had a stick figure or if that was another one of
flower. It was
universal. Oh, okay. The solar system. Okay, got it. Got it.
Oh, no, it's sideways is the problem.
Right. That
would be the moon and a palm tree under it. Okay. If you turned it sideways.
Okay, that's what. So it is the moon. So it does have the some of the stars in there. Okay.
I need to like write stuff on there. Who was the noodle head on that Around the Horn show? Who like wrote stuff on the side?
Oh yeah, Woody Page.
Woody Page. All right, what you got? You got a couple stories that you were bringing to the table.
It looks like Oasis is not done. At the end of
they made it through a tour.
They made it through a tour, the whole tour. Can you believe it? And actually, it seemed like they're getting along like brothers. Like, it's pretty amazing. Like, there was a lot of hugging. There was a lot of good vibes. There was a lot of good music being played.
Dude, when the check clears, it feels good.
Right? So they wrapped up their the UK leg of the reunion tour, the pair of shows in London over last weekend. And then on the 29th, Liam said to the crowd, "We'll see you next year." So
you think they do new music?
Yes, I do. I do. I think they make
I always felt like the writing the music was the issue, not the playing live with them, even though one of the breakups was that infamous live thing that happened. But I really feel like it was the pressure of the studio and writing the songs that led to the internal friction that brought the band down. Maybe you skip that and just be a nostalgia act and tour every year like Dead and Company. Make a fortune for 10 years.
I mean, they could. Obviously, there's those stadiums with the people singing the songs, everyone knows them. Like, why bring new stuff into it and ruin it, right? And have people I don't want to hear this.
Shit. No one wants to hear
I don't want to hear the new crap. I want to just play Champagne Supernova again and let's fucking come on. So
open and close with it, man. Come on.
I'm both ways. I think it would be fun to hear some fresh Oasis and see what that sounds like 20 years later, whatever it is, and see what they do with it and see if they can like still have that sound that works, or if it has to
adjust. The flip side might be that there is no pressure. Because if they don't like what they do, it never has to be released. They can just do it go back to two teenagers sitting in their mom's house. You know?
Well, and
Did I say mom, really? God.
It's kind of like Mum. It's kind of like the kind of like PHiSH, right? Like you could do a new album. You could release 1 or 2 songs on the radio, and then every show play 1 or 2 or 3 songs if you want off of that album, and not get rid of the hits, so to speak. But there's enough songs, especially
Pink Floyd did that. When they released the first one, Momentary Lapse had 3 of the songs. Then Division Bell had 2 songs off Momentary Lapse and 2 off Division Bell plus the old stuff.
And I would say there's enough of their fan base that isn't hardcore Oasis when you're selling out 100,000 seat stadium or 90,000 or 80,000 seat stadium that don't mind missing 2 or 3 of those other songs that they're not as familiar with anyway for a new song that would drop into those slots and then still playing the greatest hits. So I think there's room for it in the set lists, and I think it would be awesome to hear new music from them. So, but I think it's also fantastic that they made it through this tour together and that they're even thinking of doing more shows. I think that is awesome. So
it's a good
there you
sign.
go. And if it does happen, maybe we will have to do the Oasis minute like everyone keeps saying we need to do. So maybe if there's another tour next year, we will do that. So stay tuned. You never know. You never know.
And that was your Oasis minute.
That was your Oasis minute. Brothers fighting. Brother's going to work it out.
Yeah, that just wouldn't work for a minute because they're getting along. Where's the fun in that? Come on.
Right? Like they need to be hating each other.
Bring back the Kinks. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. And the other big story is, and we're going to actually drop a microdose on this probably later today or tomorrow first thing. I don't know. We've done a lot of content today, but we'll see because we are content creators and madmen, so we might just do another.
We want
one.
Alex though. We need to call Alex. We need to
we would like to get
live and be like, dude, we're recording. Can we talk? And then hold it up to the mic.
And I'd like to have Llama on too, because I know he would.
Llama should be the one running that. Yeah,
for sure. But we got Tabor's Choice dates. Okay, we got a lot of Tabor's Choice to talk about. That's why we need a new microdose. So I'm just going to gloss over it real quick here, and then you can tune into that later to get all the deets. But there's a lot going on. There's a tour that has been announced, and it's sort of a 2-parter once again. There's a West Coast version of it that's happening December 4th through the 13th with 2 shows in Venice, which is right down the street from me. So I am beyond excited about that. And a San Diego show. Well, 2 sort of San Diego shows, one in Pioneer Town and one in San Diego proper, which I will definitely be going down to hang out with my PHiSH folks down there and see. So that is very exciting. And like I said, that's December 4th through the 13th dates. Check their Instagram or any of their socials to find the exact dates on those. And then January 30th, really through March, but honestly just through February. And then it picks back up in March at the Big Ears Festival. But January 30th through February 6th, they're touring the East Coast. We got shows in Pennsylvania, New York, DC, South Carolina, North Carolina, Atlanta, and Jacksonville. And
fire up the banana. We're going on the road, honey.
It's going on the road. And then they do Jam Cruise from February 7th to the 12th. And then they're in the Big Ears Festival in Knoxville, Tennessee, March 26th through the 29th. So if you're in the Pacific Northwest, like our good friend Skoy is, you do have something to complain about because they are not hitting you. And he's already hit me up on Instagram and said, what the fuck? When are they playing the Pacific Northwest? And I told him eventually they're going to do a whole West Coast tour and get up there. But let's just be happy with what we're getting for now.
Well, and you know what, Skoy? They have airplanes.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, dude, get down here. Just come down here. Come on. Why not?
Come out east. Hop in the banana with us.
That's it. So we're going to talk to Volume and see if we can stream any of these in partnership with them. I'll probably be going back east for at least some of these shows, at least the Pennsylvania through DC run. Not sure if I'll make it to the Carolina shows, but I'll definitely be back there to go to DC.
You don't want to go down behind the cotton curtain.
Yeah, I don't know about those. It'd be a lot of fun, but we'll see. If we can stream them, we'll be there. I'll definitely be going back because I probably won't do New Year's now. This is going to take place of doing PHiSH New Year's for me. I think instead I'll be coming out for, they're playing Brooklyn Bowl in New York on the 31st. They're
Pearl
playing
Street in DC.
The Ardmore, am I saying that right?
Music Hall, yes.
In Pennsylvania, and then Brooklyn Bowl.
Osiris. That's like Osiris home base is Ardmore.
Oh, really? Okay, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
So Ardmore on the 30th, Brooklyn Bowl on the 31st, and then the Pearl Street Warehouse on February 1st. So a 3 nights in a row run there that, yeah, come on out. I'll probably be out there for all 3 of those. So that'll be a lot of fun. And hopefully if you can't make it to those, we will be streaming at least one of those shows, hopefully, if not all of them, if not 2, 3 of those. So we'll see.
That would be fun.
I know. It'd be awesome. It'd be so much fun. And then also there's a new thing that they released called the Tapers Voice. You can enter your phone number. You can text this phone number and
$1.99 a minute.
Texting. They'll send you text messages. It's kind of like the old dead, like, you know, like kind of mail order.
1-900-RUN dead.
Right. It's kind of like that. If you want to write down the number,
Mike Gordon still does his thing.
Right.
There's
the voice message
thing.
Yeah. So you can call 323-861-3603. That's 323-861-3603. Text that number and get on their texting mails, and you'll get all the information sent right to your phone right away.
Make a banner with that.
You know what we should do too? We should do something like that for Wook Plus, Kev. That's what we need to do.
We do.
We need to make our number
updates. You'll get a message.
Right. When to come on and when to when we're coming on live or when we're doing something. So we can totally do that. That would be a lot of fun. And I know Osiris has the voicemail thing, which I'm a little weary of.
No, I'm not doing voice. That was a bit back in the day. We had a number to call in, and every time we gave it out, whoever was saying it got
cut off. But remember, we did have people call in a couple times.
Oshkosh. There was the dude from Jersey.
Yep.
They were all Chad, but.
Yep. Here you go. Here's your number: 323-861-3603. That's your Taper's Choice number. Text it and sign up for their text messages. And
all you need to do, I guess, what we would need to do is do a Wook Plus Google Voice number. You probably set it up that way, and none of our own phones would have to be subject to.
Yep, something like that.
Yes.
So, and not to also, actually, I'm going to keep this going while I'm talking Taper's Choice because we're still talking Taper's Choice.
Okay, the album. What is it? I didn't see a track list. Is there no track list?
I don't think they put out a track list with it, to be honest with you. Actually, that's really funny. I don't think they
Alex.
Did. That's so funny. Because I haven't seen one either. But what's really cool is it is their first studio album. It's called Prog Hat, which is hilarious because if you know them, it's just a funny thing that they're doing it. But yeah, it's awesome. Finally, a studio album. Which will be great to finally get to listen to.
All right. What? It's going to have lilac perfume on it. It's going to have the west end of town. What was that one? The west end of town, or?
You know, it's funny. Llama and I did a long time ago what would be on their album. We'll have to go back and dig that video up and see how wrong and right we were, because that'll be fun to go back through. It's funny. CT posted a bunch of, actually, he wrote the letter that you'll see when you sign up for their thing. But he says, on the Fixed Moment in Time side of things, we are extremely proud to share our first bona fide studio album, Prog Hat, with you all. Recorded mainly over 2 days and about 3 to 4 takes of each song. We fucking nailed it. And now Prog Hat will stand proudly amongst all of our other hybrid studio live releases, the Choice Tapes Volumes 1 through 5, and our best of compilation pulled from Therein History of on Bandcamp, and as of last week, all the other streaming services you can think of.
Everything that you filmed should have been transferred to Bandcamp.
I know. We should put it up there. We're figuring out what to do with all that.
They'd have to do it. They have to do it. But we could strip the audio and send it to them.
And then they could put that up.
Or use more Fred Joe's.
We need to figure out what to do with all. I'm almost done with the Troubadour show. I will have that out hopefully. Well, I'm going to do Andy Logan, finish that up, and then Troubadour is next on my to edit list. So we will get that done shortly. And then
Tommy Dorfman. We want to get Tommy Dorfman out a few days before. When is that hearing?
October 17th. October 17th at the, what did I write it down as? What was it called, Kev? It's the New Jersey, but didn't say
Federal Courthouse or something.
But didn't have another name to it. It was something. It was
some bogus ass.
The Nork or something. New Jersey Federal.
Some acronym.
Yeah. I'm seeing if I can look it up real quick here. But if you guys are in the East Coast area around his, I guess it's maybe the Newark, maybe New Jersey courthouse, federal courthouse. It's the federal courthouse out there. And on October 17th, he has his hearing against Live Nation and StreamYard. I mean, Live Nation and Ticketmaster, StreamYard, Live Nation and Ticketmaster that he's been battling for 15 fucking years. They've been able to put this off and keep pushing him around and keep dragging it out. And even though this lawsuit is happening, they've still been allowed to go on and charge us more money and screw us over in so many ways. And wait till you watch this interview. If you watch his interview that we did and you aren't fired up and you aren't ready to go to that courthouse with a sign in hand and ready to like raise hell, there's something wrong with you. Because I keep telling Kev, I would fly out there in a heartbeat and just be there saber rattling and yelling and doing my part for that guy, because he's got 100% of my support. And you guys, anything we can do to help him and help him fight this fight, it's unreal. It's unreal. Fuck them.
T is gone. Court TV. Vinny T. Politan live.
I am, man. I'm so ready to get my like 60s protest hat on and go out there and fight the power, because it with everything else going on in the world and the country and all of our shit, like this is just another thing that you're like, why do we keep having to deal with this? So,
all right, one more thing, and then we'll get to that infamous Neil Young minute. The Riata Comedy Festival. Thoughts?
Ugh. Talk about putting another bad taste in my mouth. I was looking for a palate cleanser after talking Live Nation Ticketmaster.
That'll be Neil Young. Maybe not. But
yes, this comedy festival is unbelievably disgusting and gross and pathetic. And David Cross put out a great statement about everybody performing there and what the fuck is wrong with them. And do you need another pool or floor to your house? Is that why you're selling your soul and all of this shit? So I don't know, man. Like what? I mean,
some people let their contracts out. No jokes that could defame, degrade, or bring into public disrepute, contempt, scandal, embarrassment, or ridicule the Saudi government, royal family, religion, yada yada yada.
Unreal.
This is Trump's blueprint.
Unreal.
This is Trump's blueprint. You can't say certain things that disparage those in charge, and that's the foundation of a democracy.
And freedom of speech and what it is all about. And the fact that you would willingly go to another country and support them in this and do this and play your part in this and be okay with them, the fact that they handsawed a journalist a couple of years ago, and you're willing to overlook that, not to mention all the other atrocities and their attack on women and all the bullshit. Like if you got invited to that and you open it up and you're like, oh, this is the money I can make. Wow, this is like life-changing money. I could take this. Or I could be true to myself and my country and my beliefs and tell them to fuck off. Which would you choose? I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
You can't be right. You can't. It's a tacit endorsement of everything the people who invited you do by accepting the invitation. Tim Dillon, he got dropped from the festival because he made a comment about Saudi Arabia's alleged use of forced labor slavery. He claims he was fired over it. And, I mean, Saudi Arabia, you want to blame someone for 9/11. That Saddam Hussein guy, he was a noodlehead, but he had nothing to do with it. It was all about the Saudis, 8 of the 9, 10 of the 11, whatever it was. Anyway, we just went way where we shouldn't have gone.
It's unbelievable though, Kev. I mean, well, it speaks to a lot of those things though that we talk about. It speaks to like musicians standing up against things and fighting the power. It speaks to just like we literally just talked about Ticketmaster and Live Nation and that bullshit and standing up to that monopoly and bullshit that they're laying on us. It speaks to all of that. It's just another thing that is bringing us down, and it's ridiculous. And like you just said, it's what Trump wants. It's what we're literally watching happen in real time in this country right now, with censoring people talking about him and journalists and comedians and all of that bullshit. And then these guys turn around and just go support it in another country. Like it's fucking crazy.
Like Mark Maron has been critical of it.
Yes. Mark Maron and David Cross. Look up their two comments about
Zach
these
Woods.
People.
Has also made some remarks throwing out Human Rights Watch. called out all the participants, but Dave Chappelle's like, man, my pool is looking shabby. I need the gold inlay around the edge. I'm going to Saudi Arabia.
Like Dave Chappelle's like gone off he's fallen so far anyway, as it is these days. But the ones that piss me off are like Bill Burr, who is so adamant about like against Trump and saying shit, and then goes over there and does this. I like, dude, what do you believe? Like, you know, and at some point,
who's the weird guy? The weird guy who used to date the Kardashian chick. Didn't he say he'd do it? Pete Davidson.
Oh yeah, I think he is.
Yeah.
And his dad was killed in the Twin Towers on 9/11.
And he was like, the money's too good. Really? I mean, that's where we are though. And when you look at it, you got to think most people are probably on the other side, at least of where I view these things, because I would rather eat ramen noodles every night for a week than cause someone else harm just to increase my wealth.
Well, we talk about buying in all the time now, right? Like it's not selling out, it's buying in and whatnot. But there's a line, okay? And I think this is when you start getting into politics and knowing government, oppressive governments, and taking away freedoms and supporting regimes like this. That's the line of buying in. Like you don't. That's where you have to have some sort of moral compass and some sort of like thought process that prevents you from doing that. So I don't know. And this is also, we talk about separating the art from the artist a lot, but this is one of those moments where I have no problem dropping these comedians from everything I ever see of them again, want to see their movies, want to watch their stand-ups, want to see anything from them again. I have no problem dropping them and being like, you are now synonymous with this and your art doesn't matter to me. I get used to
I don't think I matter because I have no streaming services. I watch TV over the internet. I mean, over an antenna. So I watch like the Japan national news and they have like things where they show trees for 5 minutes and just play lute music in the background. And I'm like, yep, this is my spot. This is where I live.
Yep. Yep.
All right. You wanna rev up Dave? Cover your
ears. Where is he? Where is it? There it is. All right, here we go.
The Neil Young Minute. And we're back. Yes, so Chrome Hearts, Neil Young's band. Last year, I guess he debuted them. Been playing since June of this year with them. There is a fashion brand out in your neck of the woods in Los Angeles, called Chrome Hearts LLC, and they filed documents in federal court in California on the 11th of this month saying trademark infringement. First thoughts?
Get them. Get them. Sue them.
They say they've owned it since 1991. They allege that Neil Young's use of the name and sales of merchandising using Neil Young and Chrome Hearts incorporate the exact Chrome Hearts stylization, causing confusion with their existing branding. Some vendors are apparently already marketing shirts that combine Young's name with Chrome Hearts design. The mashups, come on. That's what we do. That is lot culture. Stop.
Right? Yes, that is a lot culture. That's what happens. Accept it.
I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look up who your brand is because of Neil Young. So anyway,
That's
they
funny.
say that they approached Neil about it in July and they were like, screw you.
I'm sure Neil was like, yeah, fuck off.
I mean, so what does Neil pay him off? I mean, is their brand worth enough that how much can they spend to fight this? How much public sympathy do you get? Because
I don't know. I kind of feel like
I'm not going to confuse them. If I knew both brands, I'm not confusing them.
Right. And I feel like this is one of those things where the lawsuit is kind of frivolous and trying just to get some sort of separation or whatever. I mean, I feel like this is one of those things.
Maybe get some media. Get some exposure in the media.
This is one of those things that'll either get tossed out or settled out of court and you'll never hear about it. And one of the two of them will change some kind of design or whatever. And we'll move on with our lives. Like it's one of those crazy things. So yeah.
That's where we are.
All right. All right. I'm going to run the outro for it.
The Neil Young Minute.
Nice.
That's
Kevin,
our
real
guy.
quick on that jam band roundup, I was going to jump back. I know we don't talk about it a lot, but apparently on September 30th, which was last night,
Mhm.
Goose, apparently this tour has been banging, right? Like we talked about a little bit ago, but like they've kind of done what PHiSH did on their tour and revived some old covers, favorite covers, which I don't know how old they could
Kylie
be.
Minogue. Didn't they do a Kylie Minogue tune?
Yeah. So I feel like it hasn't been like they've been around long enough to really dust off old covers, so to speak. But
What do you make of the Goons?
the what?
Do you know about the Goons? They
Oh, no.
co-opted, Goose fans co-opted the Unts that Disco Biscuits always talked about. It's like the inside joke with the Disco Biscuits, and they have the Goons because Cotter goes into this thing and they get into a very straight, four on the floor thing. Exactly what Ben did. And then Peter gets a little keyboard riff going that he loops around, and and they call it the Goons, and they've been crutching on it lately. That's they don't know where to go in a jam. All of a sudden, they go into this. Yes, I still listen to them. I don't like them, and I listen to
them. Last night, though, they did a little bit of Moon Cabin, which is like our favorite album. They played Interlude 2 and Jive 1, so got a little Moon Cabin in there. But then the first surprise of the evening, they played a Chick Corea Spain, which was covered for the first time since 2024, which isn't even really that long ago, June of 24. But I guess in Goose world,
they don't have much to talk about.
Right, that's a while ago. So there you go. But then
50 shows. How many shows is that? Does it say how many shows?
It doesn't say how many shows. It just says since.
I think there has to be a limit. When a band plays 180 shows or more a year, a 70 show gap might be something special. When a band plays 50 shows a year, you need 100 show gap or something.
At least. I mean, 100 shows, 200 show gap. Like you want, I want within like 5 years that to be, like a 500 show, 400 show
gap. Notification when that happens.
Right, exactly. And then their second one, so they played Hot Tea, but then that led into a resurrection of Kylie Minogue's Can't Get You Out of My Head, covered for the first time since October of 2024.
But so a year ago. They do before Hot Tea.
A year ago.
I was making fun. They did Buttered Rub into Hot Tea. I was like, it's a good day in merry old England.
Exactly. See, they had like the drink theme going there.
Some of it I was listening last night at one point and I spaced off. I was reading something and it could have been PHiSH.
Yeah.
It could have been some nameless PHiSH moment, it just. Yeah. And the voice coder, man, just let me say, I hate the voice coder, and hopefully most people have already signed off because they don't like the Neil Young Minute. I just can't get with it. The only voice coders, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I know.
Neil Young's trans. And with that, we're out of here.
There you go. Comment when your guys. Hey, thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. I know it was a little weird that we had to pre-record it, but you'll find out why soon enough. We got another, things happening, big things moving over here. So very exciting news coming out. And tune in later this week. Tomorrow we got an interview dropping, like I said, with Andy Logan. So check that out. Friday, Kevin and I will be back to do a morning show, afternoon show, whatever we're doing with that, to drop a few things on you. Who knows what will come out this weekend.
The weekend will be Wook Club.
Look for a microdose in the next day, later today, tomorrow, about the Taper's Choice news, which is very exciting. And thanks, guys. Chat. I miss having the chat over there.
It was weird in the beginning. It's weird in the beginning.
I definitely miss having you guys.
Like the members thing, the things we do on Volume on Mondays and Fridays.
Right.
We don't have very many people. Or Bungle's like, oh, you've been on for an hour. I just got here.
But it's nice to see those guys on Volume, though, in that chat now. Like, we are starting to pick up the chat over there. So thank you for tuning in on Volume and joining the chat. And we try to notice you guys and bring your chats into the conversation as we're talking. And of course, the chat over here on YouTube, you guys dominate. And I miss seeing Mike Scrooven in there. I miss seeing Mr. C. I miss seeing all you guys.
We need to make the end say, find us on Volume.
that you do. Comment, like, subscribe, and put the volume thing on there.
Next week.
So, next week. All right, guys. We'll have a great rest of your Wednesday night, and have a great rest of your week. And we will talk to you soon. Thanks, guys. Oh, play it. The pre-recorded live.
This show was previously recorded.
That's right. But see, this just speaks to how much we love all of you guys out there that we could have canceled tonight and said, nah, we'll just do it next week. But no, we're grinders and we love you guys. So we're like, they want content. We're going to give you content, damn it.
There we are. We got QR codes. We got special codes. Get a free month. I tell you what, if you're still watching, do slogans. You get 3 free months.
3 months with slogans. Ooh.
Oh, we got to stop it.